There's a tree that grows where poor people live, like on Scully Street in Brooklyn. It's called the Tree of Heaven, and nobody plants it. It just grows by itself in boarded up lots and out of cracks in the cement and in backyards like ours. Papa says the tree that grows in our backyard is my very own piece of heaven, and it's true.
Hey, Francie, get a move on! Don't make so much noise. You wake up Papa.
He went to the Union Hall. Now, come on. I ain't got all day, you know.
I don't have all day.
So we both ain't got all day. Now, come on. I got a ball game later. Let's get this junk to Carney's.
Begetteth violence.
Can't you talk regular instead of all that baguette stuff?
It's from the Bible, and the Bible's beautiful.
It's Soapy, watch your don't slip.
Mama, we're going to take the junk to Carney's.
All right, now. Keep an eye on that scale when he weighs your junk.
We always watch them. We know he's a crook.
Mr. McShane?
It looks like we're in for a scorcher.
Seems so.
On Saturday morning, all the kids took junk to sell to Carney. Neely and I were lucky because Mama was the janitor in our building and we could keep whatever got thrown away. Mama always divided the money we got. Half for Neely and me, and half for the milk can bank, nailed to the floor of her closet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 cents. Not too bad.
One of these days, somebody's going to throw away their old wash boiler. Carney will pay plenty for the copper bottom off it.
Poor people don't throw away their boilers. They have them mended. 4 for Neely, 4 for Francie, and 8 for the bank.
Ah, it's my turn to put the money in the bank. I'm going to buy licorice whips with my money.
I think I'll get pink and white peppermints. The thin kind they serve after dinner at Delmonico's.
There's $100 in there now.
More like 12.
When the can is full, can we buy a book?
The money is for emergencies. Besides, we already bought one book. That Shakespeare cost 75 cents, even second-hand. It's Mr. Barker for the insurance. You keep him company till I get fixed up. I'm not about to let him see me in this state. Offer him a chair and turn up the coffee.
Come on in.
Up.
How are you, Mr. Barker? Kindly have a chair. Mama is momentarily detained.
Oh, you got manners right out of a book.
Would you like a cup of coffee?
If it's no trouble.
Oh, not at all.
Mr. Barker, how are you?
Oh, Mrs. My, Mrs. Nolan. You always look the picture of a lady, no matter when I drop in.
Well, thank you.
You should see some of my other ladies. Even them who got husbands but work steady. No offense meant, of course.
None taken. Some milk for Mr. Barker. You know he don't take it black.
Old man Gentry's in the clink again. But his wife is seeing that he gets his insurance paid just the same.
And here's ours. 10 cents for Mr. Nolan, 10 for me, and a nickel each for Francie and Neely.
And you'll never regret it. A fine funeral guaranteed every member of the family. And how is Mr. Nolan these days? Is he working?
Mr. Nolan being a singing waiter and what you might call an artist, he don't work steady like common laborers. But I'm sure you remember to mention to your other customers that the Nolans pay their insurance right on the dot.
May God strike me dead if I go around telling tales. Not that I mind passing along good news. Like that about your sister?
What about my sister?
Well, when I stopped by for her dime yesterday, she gave me 20 cents. A dime for her, and a dime for her new husband.
Francie, you and Neely go on and do the marketing. Take 35 cents from the cracked cup.
I want to hear about Aunt Sissy. Is her new husband named Bill also?
Neely, Mama wants us to go to the store.
Get 6 loaves of bread from Loescher's, not too stale, and 10 cents worth of chopped meat from Werner's, but don't let him give you what's already ground. God knows what he puts in it. Tell him you want a piece of round steak, and after he cuts it off, then tell him to grind it. And take along an onion for him to drop in. There's a peeled one in the icebox. And just when he's about to wrap it all up, tell him you want a piece of suet to fry it in.
Oh, Mommy, he doesn't like when we do that.
Tell him your mother said.
Come on, Neely.
It's Saturday, Mama. Remember what you promised?
All right, get a pie, too. One that's not too mashed up. Now, go on. Go on. All right. What's this about my sister?
How come Mama never lets us hang around whenever somebody talks about Aunt Sissy's husbands?
I guess she thinks we're not old enough. But I bet Aunt Sissy wouldn't have so many husbands if her babies didn't get born dead. She loves babies. Hey, come on.
Well, the bread don't hardly feel stale at all. Make yourself bread and butter sandwiches, but save the pie till later. I still got the upstairs hall to do.
Is it all right if I go to the library, Mama?
Just don't leave a mess. We might live on Scoa Street, but we don't have to live dirty.
I'll clean up, Mama.
Have a nice afternoon, both of you. You know, Saturday used to be my favorite day. I mean, when your father and me was keeping company. We'd go to a matinee and to Fleischer's Gardens for a bite to eat. Oh, we had a grand time.
Mama? I don't have to go to the library. I can help you with the hall.
No child of mine is going to scrub other people's halls. It's not what I got planned for you.
The best part of Saturday is going to the library. and knowing that when I come home, I can sit on the fire escape under my tree and read all the beautiful things that have been written. Sometimes when I read, I pretend my tree is Sherwood Forest, or Torquilstone Castle, or Camelot.
Mama, I'm home. The tree.
They're cutting it down. It's done, so there's no use getting worked up about it. Everybody complained it was ruining their wash. I still gotta finish the upstairs hall.
Where are the girls? Where are the girls? Good Lord Almighty, is this any way to treat a man coming home from the wars? Where are the girls?
I'm in here, Papa.
Ah, there's one of the girls. Where's your beautiful mother?
She's doing the upstairs hall. Papa, they cut down my tree.
What?
They cut down my tree.
Oh, Lord Almighty. Who would have done a cruel thing like that?
It got in the way of the wash lines.
Well, darling, don't cry.
But it's dead, Papa. My tree's dead.
What? Listen, darling, that tree was made in heaven, darling. Nobody can kill that tree. Nobody planted that tree. And nobody can kill it. And I reckon next summer, a little seed that is dropped will push its way up through the concrete, reaching for the sun. And you'll have a tree again.
Oh, Papa. Papa, will it really happen?
Did I ever lie to you?
No. Oh, Papa. You always make me feel so good. You're the best in the whole wide world.
Oh, good news. Guess who the union has chosen to go to the big wedding at Clompers tonight?
Johnny Nolan?
Johnny Nolan.
Waiting and singing, Papa?
Well, mainly waiting, but I'm inclined to think that my singing might predominate. Now, come on, I'm late. Get me garments out, come on.
Oh, Papa. You know you're wearing your only clothes, Papa.
I got my union pin on, but do I have a clean dickie and an apron in my hand? Now, come on, get me garment, come on.
I hope the apron isn't creased from laying in the drawer for so long.
Oh, the apron looks fine, Papa. Mama put paper between the folds so it wouldn't get creased.
That woman. Rare and precious jewel.
Papa, do you think there'll be an impresario at the wedding tonight?
Well, it could be. You know, it's going to be a very elegant affair. Could be. And if that impresario hears me sing...
He'll sign you up to the Palace Theater?
Put me name up in lights.
10 feet tall!
Johnny Nolan, the Brooklyn Thrush, known by one and known by all. Ta-da! Oh, darling. Oh, darling, darling, darling. You are ever doing when the ship comes in? I want to take you around the world on one of them great big 3-stacker steamers. And then I'm going to take you down south where the magnolia blossoms bloom. Great white flowers perfume the night air.
And it'll be the next best thing to heaven, Papa.
That's what I'm going to do for my beautiful daughter.
Oh, Papa, I'm not beautiful.
What? You're the very word beauty. And all your beauty inside is just starting to come outside.
I love you, Papa.
I love you, prima donna. And that's what I'm gonna do when I get me wish.
Oh, I already got my wish today, Papa. I wish that when you came home, you wouldn't be sick.
What? I'm as fit as Finnegan's fiddle. Where's your mother? I gotta tell her the good news.
Papa?
What?
I'll wait downstairs and walk you to the trolley.
I got a better idea. Why don't you wait downstairs and walk me to the trolley? Where is she? Where's the other girl? Where is the other beautiful girl? Where's my beautiful wife? Ah, there she is. And here's yesterday's paper.
Are you all right, Johnny?
Am I all right? Married to the most beautiful girl in Brooklyn and doing the biggest wedding at Clompers Hall tonight.
A wedding?
Aye.
Well, that's wonderful, Johnny. But you won't...
Not to drop. I promise. Oh, in Brooklyn's fair city, where all maids are pretty, 'twas there that I first met me beautiful Kate. Ah, there's me girl. That's a good girl. Let's go. Hello, Mrs. Callahan. How are you? Good to see you. Come on, darling. Hurry up. Oh, there's me chariot. Where's me dicky? Oh, I see you, lovey. Goodbye, darling. Goodbye, love. Don't forget to work on the compositions. I want some pretty words when I come home. You hear me? Don't forget. I want another one.
Put that book away until after you finish supper.
I'm sure glad we don't have to play North Pole again this week.
Oh, I think it's a good game Mama made up, Neely. Pretending we're explorers who have run out of rations. And it makes it easier for us not to feel hungry. Of course, when explorers run out of rations, it's because they're doing something to benefit all mankind, and we're not.
Guess you finally found the catch in it. Oh, there's a little milk left.
Oh, Barker sure didn't leave us much. You shouldn't have given it to him, Mama.
Any guest in our house gets the best we got. Being poor don't mean being without pride. Oh, I didn't know that there was so little milk, or I'd seen Neely shared it.
It's all right, Mama. I prefer mine black. They call it a demi-tasse at Delmonico's. Mama, will I get a white dress when I graduate?
Well, it's almost a year off. Now, why worry about it now?
I sure wish I was here when they cut that old tree down. I bet you could have heard it all the way to Canarsie.
Papa said it would grow again.
It'd take a miracle.
Papa once told me that miracles are only dreams that come true.
People who spend their life dreaming of miracles end up with torn pockets full of nothing.
Guess who's come to call? And guess who's got a surprise?
Yes, Sissy.
Oh, Sissy, my chickadees. Oh, look at the size of you.
Francie, you and Neely go on downstairs.
Oh, Kate, I haven't seen the kids in a month of Sundays.
You can visit with them later.
Okay, come on, take these cookies. Go on downstairs. Wait for me on the stoop. All right, Kate. We'll just skip to the part where you forgive me my sins, and then we'll go on with it, all right?
Sissy, you can't go around getting married whenever the spirit moves you. You've already had 3 husbands, if that's what they were.
Yes, that's what they were. Married and divorced.
I don't recall you divorcing the last one.
He must have took care of it.
But you don't know that he did, Sissy.
Well, I would have, if he'd stayed around long enough. Instead of creeping into the woodwork, like some kind of bed bug, which he was. Remember him?
For all you know, you're living in sin.
I don't feel like I'm living in sin. I feel kind of happy. I think this one's gonna last. Bill's different from the rest.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Now, Kate, it's easy for you to talk. You've got a husband that loves you like crazy and 2 great kids. And all I've got to show for it is 4 stillborn babies. For all of my bills. Oh, if I had a man like Johnny.
Boy, you'd be working as a janitor and making up games to take your kids' minds off being hungry more times than not. Well, I'm not going to let Francie and Neely take after Johnny, not if I can help it. I'm not going to let them dream away their life.
Kate, look, I know your life ain't no bed of roses. But you still love them, don't you?
Let's have a cup of coffee. You'll have to take it black, like at Delmonico's.
Neely Nolan done what? That's Katie Nolan's sister down there. Oh, I could tell you plenty about that one. This rotten little crook stole my Joey's bike. He only just borrowed it. Take a little ride on my say-so. My foot stole is the word of crook. Don't you call my nephew a crook? Crook, crook, crook.
Hey.
Police!
What's going on?
Police!
What's going on here? What's going on here? Here, come.
She smacked me, and that thieving Neely Nolan stole my Joey's new tricycle.
My Neely don't take what's not his.
He was admiring it when I come down, and I told him to go ahead and take a little ride.
You told him to take it?
That's all that happened.
Now, it's too hot for all this fussing. Now, why don't all you folks go back where you belong? Go on now. The show's over. Go along now.
You'll arrest them. She don't belong on the street anyhow. Except maybe walk in it. Oh, you take that back, you old biddy.
Now, let's simmer down. Now you take Joey and his nice new vehicle upstairs. It's all been a misunderstanding.
Some cop. Come on, Joey. This street ain't safe for respectable people no more. Oh, go on. And that'll warn you not pulling your stuff out that gets stole.
Neely really borrowed it. Honest. On my say-so.
It's nothing to get upset about. This kind of thing happens all the time.
Not to my family.
Now, don't you worry, Mrs. Nolan. Good day.
Now, that's what I'd call an officer and a gentleman. Could be you're pretty enough to turn any man's head, Kate.
I've just about had my fill of you, sissy. You've shamed me and my children for the last time. You're not welcome in my house anymore.
You don't mean that, Kate.
Yes, I do. I aim to have my children amount to something. And you're no example for them, so...
Well, I guess you do. And I'll respect your wishes. But there's one thing I want to tell you. You've become a cold, hard woman. And hardly any woman at all, for that matter. And I feel sorry for you. Goodbye, chickadees. You know I won't stop loving you now.
You don't mean it. I mean about Aunt Sissy coming to visit us anymore.
I do, and what's more, you're not to talk to her. Not even if you should meet her on the street. Now get upstairs, both of you. All ready?
Yes, Mama. Come on, Neely.
Put on your nightshirt, Neely.
All the guys sleep in their underwear.
No, the Nolans don't. Now go on.
Mama, can we read from our Shakespeare page first?
No, the Bible. A day like this one's been seems to call for some words from the Bible.
I don't know why we gotta read that Shakespeare every single night. I don't know what it's about, and it's worse than the Bible.
Neely, the Bible and Shakespeare are some of the world's greatest literature. Now, you don't want to grow up ignorant, do you?
Sure. Start where you left off last night.
Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him.
For he knoweth our frame, he remembereth that we are dust.
As for man, his days are as grass. As the flower of the field, so he flourisheth.
for the wind passeth over it, and it is gone, and the place thereof shall know it no more.
I hear Papa coming home.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning now. You go back to bed.
And he's not sick, I can tell.
All right, all right.
There you are. Sight for sore eyes, my beautiful wife and daughter waiting up for me. And I got treats from Clompers. Wait till you see this. We got lobsters from the coast of Maine. We got caviar from Russia. Cheese from La Belle, France. And 4 fresh buns.
Oh, Papa.
And that's not all. $1, $2, $3.
$3?
Yes, they don't spare their tips at Clompers, I'll tell you.
How was your singing, Papa?
My singing was grand, simply grand.
Was an impresario?
No, the impresario wasn't there, but it was a great success, a smashing, shattering success. When I sang Kiss Me Again, there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
You going back to bed now?
Yeah, going back to bed.
All right. Good night, Mama.
Night.
It must have been beautiful, Papa.
Good night, darling.
Night.
Don't forget to say your prayers. You thank the Lord.
All right.
And Clompers.
Help you put these away.
It's been a long time since you waited up for me, Katie. Is there anything wrong, darling?
Have I become cold and hard, Johnny? Have I stopped being a woman?
What? You? Good Lord, you're more of a woman any man could take.
I don't know. It seems I never find time anymore to be soft and womanly.
Oh. Kate. You know, I'm not the perfect husband. You know that.
You do your best, I guess.
I know, but it's not enough. But I do love you. You know that, Katie. Sometimes it's like a hurt the way I love you.
I know. But there were good times, Johnny.
Yeah, sure, there are good times. There could be more good times, too. Sure. Remember Fleischer Gardens?
Mm-hmm.
Remember rowing in the park? Prospect Park, remember that, huh? Oh, there'll be more times when the ship comes in. A lot more times. Good times. The name will be 10 feet tall and lights up above the Palace Theater. Johnny Nolan, the Brooklyn Thrush, known by one and known. Nobody listen to me sing. Nobody. God, I could have died.
It'll go better next time, Johnny.
Oh, yes, sure. It'll go better, sure. Sure. It's been a long time since I held you, Kate. A long time. Could I hold you tonight, Kate? Hmm?
All right. You can hold me, Johnny.
I hardly saw Pop after school started. He was always asleep when Neely and I left in the morning, and he was never there when we got home. I guess he was at the Union.
My money's on Trisby.
Oh, this is my favorite city. This is my favorite town. I like the way the people meet you. They greet you with a smile and not a frown.
Stand him up again, McGarry.
And when my rambling is over, this is where I'd like to settle down. So when someone will say, where are you from, chum, I will proudly say that Brooklyn is my hometown.
Am I right in thinking you come from Clarendon? Don't stop, don't stop. McGarity, give Johnny Boy another one on me.
Oh, thank you, lad. Thank you very much, sir.
Hey, McGarity, you watering the beer?
McGarity.
Down 6, and I don't feel the pain.
You don't have any booze in there. You better put a little more than that. Thank you, sir. I'm much grateful to you.
Wage prices is going up. The working men don't have a chance.
By the sea, by the beautiful sea, you and I, oh, how happy we'll be. When the wave comes a roll, and then we will duck or swim, and we'll float and fool around the water, over and under, and then up for air. Pause, rich, so now what do we care? I love to be beside your side, beside the seaside, by the beautiful sea, by the sea, by the sea, by the beautiful sea. You and I, oh, how happy we'll be. When the wave comes a roll, and then we will duck or swim, and we'll float and fool around the water, over and under, and then up for air. Pause, rich, so now what do we care? I love to be beside your side, beside the seaside, by the beautiful sea. By the beautiful sea, you and I, oh, how happy when each wave comes along, we will duck or swim and float and fool around the water, over and under, and then up for air. Pause, rich, for his rich. So now what do we care? I love to be beside your side, beside the sea, beside the seaside, by the beautiful sea.
I hope you don't mind my giving Mr. Nolan a hand.
It's all right.
I can manage now, thank you.
Well, I'd be glad to help you get into bed, Mrs. Nolan.
I said I can manage, thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Francie nearly be home from school any minute. I'll get you a cup of hot coffee.
Hey, oh, this double's gonna be
Bed.
fine. Yeah. I just want a kiss, darling. That's all I want from you, sister.
Here, get this down.
Give me a kiss. Oh, Johnny dear.
Why? How many times does McShane have to bring you home like this? Where's your pride?
I just want a little kiss. That's all I want. Just give me a little kiss. Give me a little
I'd sooner kiss a brewery. I hate you for what you're doing to me and the children. You're a drunk, Johnny. Nothing but a drunk.
Beauty is truth, truth, beauty. That is all ye know on earth and all ye need to know. All together now as accented. Beauty is truth, truth, beauty. That is all ye know on earth and all ye need to know. Good. Now, who knows what this meter is called? Beer? Yes, Francis.
Miss Tilford, I was wondering, if beauty is truth, and a person is beautiful, I mean in his thoughts, then...
When I ask a question, I expect an answer, not another question. If you know the answer, say so. If not, spare us your oratory.
It's iambic pentameter, 5 metric feet.
8th grade outside for physical instruction. 6th and 7th grades remain here.
She made me feel so dumb. And all I wanted to know was the meaning of the quotation.
So, next time play dumb, like all the other bimbos. Then you won't get in trouble. There's Aunt Sissy!
Hi there, chickadees! Oh, what are we gonna do? We're not supposed to talk to her.
Chickadees! Hi! Come on.
I couldn't stand it no more not seeing my chickadees. How's your ma? Is Johnny working? Oh, I get the message. He ain't supposed to talk. Well, I don't suppose there's nothing wrong in me listening while you two talk.
Papa isn't working, but I'm sure Ship will come in soon. Neely.
I hope so. I'm getting tired of playing not full, Francie.
Well, I wonder if my favorite niece is still the smartest girl in the whole school. Don't tell me my favorite niece ain't doing well in school. Now, I know better.
You can't help it if you got a mean teacher.
Neely. Miss Tilford isn't mean. She just doesn't understand that I want to learn more than I do in school. But I guess she's not interested in girls who don't wear elegant clothes and mothers who don't invite her for tea and things like that.
That's how it is, huh? Now, you take it easy. I have a feeling that things are going to start looking up for you. Go on home. Go on now.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, then I'll make it short and sweet. My Francie is just about as smart as a whip. And if she feels she ain't getting a good education, it's your fault, not hers. So from now on, I want you to pay as much attention to her as you do the fancy kids. Because if she comes home with one more bad report, I'm going to send my husband in to see you, and he ain't one to be trifled with. He's got connections at Tammany Hall.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Nolan. It's a raw day to be out.
I had to visit my mother in Canarsie. Surprised to see you on duty today, Mr. McShane.
Well, I've been taking Sunday duty so that the men with families can stay home with them, seeing I'm a bachelor.
That's very considerate of you. Good day.
Boy, these Captain Jammer kids are the best. Hi, Mama. Is Grandma all right?
As well as can be expected at her age. I suppose your father went out.
No, he didn't go to the Garrity's, if that's what you mean.
I wish Mama would give up that old house. It's just too much for her, the way she's been ailing.
And that old house has got memories for her. Darling, you got a lovely composition. You got a good way with words, you know that?
Thank you, Papa. Could we go for a walk?
Go for a walk, is it? Why not? Good idea. Go get something more. Good afternoon, Mr. Katzenjammer. The kids these days, I tell you. We're just going for a stroll, Katie. No one else.
You didn't say you were.
Oh, but you were thinking it. Hey, what's your hurry, darling? What's your hurry?
I want you to see this wonderful school on the next street. Oh, it's beautiful, Papa. And I'm sure the kids who go there must learn everything.
It wouldn't be because you want to go there, but you want me to see it, huh?
Oh, if only I could, Papa.
What'd your mother say?
She wouldn't understand like you.
Well, darling, they got rules for things like that. Kids have got to go to school right where they live.
But, Papa, I'm not learning. Not the way I want to.
Someday when the ship comes in, we'll live on the right street. Maybe we'll live right on this street.
Oh, Papa, I'll be out of school by then. Papa? I guess it was a dumb idea. Let's go home.
Well, maybe you can go to that school.
But how?
Starting next week, that's where you live.
I don't understand.
Your new address is 193 Hibbard Street. Your aunt and uncle, being childless, would like to fill their house and hearts with the presence of one Francie Nolan.
Oh, Papa, can we do that?
Consider it done. When I get home, I'm going to write a letter to the principal asking that you be transferred.
Oh, thank you, Papa.
I'm against it. It's wrong to lie to the principal, let alone it not being legal.
Francie, how do you spell transfer?
TRANSFER.
That's right. That's right.
Wish I could get transferred out of arithmetic.
Don't it matter that I'm against it, Johnny?
Yes, it does. But it's my fault that we live where we do. And the school is not good enough for the girl now. This is one thing I can do for her, and by Christopher, I'm going to do it.
It'll be 20 blocks there and 20 back, and in all kinds of weather.
I won't mind.
Besides, you won't have nice clothes to wear like the others.
I don't care.
Well, I suppose I could make over that old green flannel of mine. It shouldn't look too bad on you with a white collar.
Prima donna, how do you spell appreciate?
This is Frances Nolan, class. I'm sure you'll all make her feel welcome.
This will be your desk, Francis. Now, I don't want you to worry about your grades at first. There's always a period of adjustment in a new school. Just listen and absorb. And to thine own self be true. That's what counts most in school and in life.
That's from Shakespeare, isn't it? I mean, to thine own self be true.
Yes, it is. Isn't it nice that you recognize it? All right, class. Now, open your geography books to page 110.
Pop's going to be surprised.
I hope he won't be mad. He told Mama not to move.
Is that the last of it?
Yes, Mama. Did you put the milk can in the new closet?
First thing. Look here, I got a surprise for you two. Oh, Mama. When the movers told Mrs. Morris how much it'd cost to cart it down 4 flights, she decided to leave it.
Where are my girls? Damn it all, where are my girls? I told you things were going to pick up for the holidays. I told you. Now I got the job for tonight and Saturday. Now what have you done? Well, you gone and done it, haven't you?
We did what we had to do.
Yeah. What's done is done.
Are you singing or waiting, Papa?
Both. What's the piano doing over there?
It costs too much to move it, so it's ours.
What?
We finally have our own piano, Papa. Will you play something, Papa?
No.
Please, Papa.
Everything's out of tune.
Oh, it's beautiful, Papa. Play
something. Raise our bunny where early falls the dew. And was there that Annie Laurie gave me her promise true, gave and ne'er forget will I. But for Bunny and Laurie, I lay me down and die.
Mr. Nolan's working, I gather.
Oh, there's always work for a good singing waiter this time of year.
Pity it didn't happen before you had to move up here.
Mm-hmm. I happen to like the top floor. Top floor has first call to the roof, and there's nothing like the roof to get a good breeze in the summer.
Nothing like looking on the bright side, considering it's the middle of winter. Talking about bright sides, I suppose your sister told you her good news, eh?
What good news?
Well, she's divorced.
You call that good news?
Not from her new husband. The preceding one. Been mentioned around there was some question about her being married. Legitimate.
I would appreciate if you'd get to where you're getting, Mr. Barker.
She got the papers in the mail yesterday. It seems her husband, the preceding one, got a divorce. But what with your sister remarrying and changing her name and address, papers just been wandering around till they finally caught up with her.
I see. Next time you see my sister, Mr. Barker, tell her I said not to be such a stranger.
Oh, no, Jimmy, no, get away. No, Jimmy, no, wait, Patty, don't do that.
A man can't hold his booze. He's got no business drinking, especially on a job. Now, a waiter's a drunk. He's a disgrace to every member of the union. I'm going to see the union court your card on this.
I'm a good union.
You've done your last job, Nolan. Get out of here.
Patty, don't do that.
Get out of here.
Patty, don't do that. Please, lad, don't do it.
Get out of here.
Wonderful holidays. Merry Christmas. Oh, there's a chocolate cake left. Would anyone like it?
Francis, would you like the cake? It'll just go to waste, you know.
Well, I do know a poor family that would like it. They're lovely people. They have 4 children, and 2 are golden-haired twins. But they're very poor.
Then you must take the cake to them.
I'm sure they're going to be very, very grateful, Miss Martin. And Christmas is a time for giving, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Now get your coat and run along.
Thank you, Miss Martin. Miss Martin?
Why, Francie, I thought you'd gone home.
I was waiting for you, Miss Martin.
Yes?
I want you to take back the cake. There isn't any poor family with golden-haired twins. I made it up. I lied because I wanted the cake for myself, so please take it back.
I don't think you lied, Francie. I think you may have stretched the truth a bit. But then you have quite an imagination. I think an imagination is a wonderful gift. Makes the impossible seem possible. The unbearable less so. You know what I think? I think that with your imagination and your gift for composition, someday you'll be a fine writer. Just write from the heart and about things you know. Come along now. We're going to have a happy holiday.
Every Christmas Eve, the man who sold trees would give away those that were left. Well, he didn't exactly give them away. He threw them at us. If we could catch them without falling down, they were ours.
What's he waiting for? It's already Christmas Eve. No one's going to buy any more.
Shh, I think he's going to start throwing them now.
Why can't he just give away all the leftovers instead of make us catch them?
Because if people knew that he was going to give them away, they'd wait instead of buying them.
All right. Who's catching? Next.
Anybody got the guts to catch this one?
I'll catch it.
Next.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Fallon. Merry Christmas.
I just wish I could have given more of a Christmas, that's all.
It'll be fun for them tomorrow when we go to Mama's with Sissy and her husband. You better get to bed.
Yeah.
I guess this is as good a time to tell you as any. I'll be having a baby in May. I'm not sorry about it if that's what you're thinking. We'll manage.
How?
Things are bound to change. But Francie will have to get her working papers. She won't be able to go on to high school.
God, Katie, she's had her heart set on that.
Don't think it don't hurt me. But what with the new baby, I won't be able to work full-time like I do. And in your profession, jobs just don't come regular. So I want you to break the news to Francie. I mean, about quitting school after June.
I don't know if I can do that, darling.
Well, she'll take it better from you. She's always been closer to you than me. There's no sense letting her go on making plans for high school. So I want you to tell her tomorrow. Good night, Johnny. Merry Christmas. You know we have to go to Grandma's tonight. I had to send Neely ahead with Sissy and Bill. Where have you been?
I went to 193 Hayward Street. I wanted to see if they put up a tree, and they did. It's in the front window, and it's got colored balls and candles and everything.
Yeah, well, we best be going, darling. Oh, prima donna, there's something we got to talk over. Now, you'll be graduating from grammar school in June.
I know. And I'm going to work real hard in high school, Papa. Miss Martin says if I do, I might win a scholarship to college. She says I have it in me to be a writer.
Yeah. Well, you sure have a way with the words. could do that.
You can't go to high school. You'll have to get your working papers in June. Nancy? What kind of man are you, Johnny?
No man at all, I guess. And you might as well know all the truth, Kate. There'll be no more waiting or singing jobs for me. The union took me cart away 2 weeks ago for getting drunk on the job.
You mean all the times you said you were going to the union?
Yeah, I lied. I lied, darling. I'm sorry. I couldn't get myself up to tell you the truth. I'm sorry.
Don't touch me. I can't bear it.
Mrs. Nolan.
There's nothing you can't say in front of the children, Mr. McShane.
I'm afraid I got bad news, Mrs. Nolan. Our station got a report that Mr. Nolan was found over in Manhattan. He's in a hospital. I got permission to take you there.
Get my hat and coat. Do you know what condition he's in right now?
No, ma'am. The report was he collapsed outside an employment agency, and there was a call out for sandhogs, and he was waiting in the cold for something like 8 hours. He hadn't been drinking, Mrs. Nolan.
Now, there's no sense in thinking the worst. I'll be back as soon as I can. Johnny. Johnny, I'm still here. Can you hear me? You'll be all right, Johnny. They're taking fine care of you.
Here's me, girl. You remember the good times, Kate. Remember Fleischer's Gardens. Remember the good times, eh?
What are you writing he died from?
Acute alcoholism and pneumonia.
I don't want you to write down about the alcoholism.
Well, I'm afraid I have to. The pneumonia was the direct cause, but the alcoholism...
Mr. Nolan's dead, Doctor, and nothing can change that. But Mrs. Nolan's got 2 fine children. Now, why make it harder on them by saying their father died from the drink? Mr. Nolan was a loving husband and father. And when he was found, he wasn't out drinking, he was looking for work.
Cause of death, pneumonia.
Oh, look at that. Your neighbors must have fixed that nice spread for us when we was at the cemetery. I'll put the coffee on.
Neely, we'll need some coal, so go downstairs and get some. And Fancy, before you get your things off, go to the barber shop and get your father's shaving mug.
Katie.
Go on.
Maybe you better lay down. Your condition.
I'm all right.
I hope you don't mind that my Bill couldn't come back with us. He had to get back to work. Jobs being so scarce. He said I could stay with you tonight.
I got to deal with the children in my own way, Sissy.
Katie, she's so broke up over Johnny, sending her for his shaving mug.
Her father's dead and she's got to face it. If she don't, she'll go on living in a dream world. What's ahead of her won't be easy. And she don't... Johnny! Oh, Johnny! Oh, Johnny! Much to show for a man's life, is it?
Honey, come on downstairs. You'll catch your death up here. Francie, your mama needs you close at a time like this.
She's got Neely.
Well, she needs both the children.
She always said I took after Papa. And she didn't love him, so why should she want me?
Francie, come on now. How can you say your mama never loved Johnny?
Because it's true. Everybody loved him except Mama. I'll quit school after June and go to work for Mama because I have to. But she'll never be like Papa was to me.
Look, Francie, you've got a lot of growing up to do before you understand what there was between your Mama and Johnny. And what kind of a woman your Mama is. Now, come on. Come on downstairs. Come on.
Francie!
Mama, are you sick?
Take a nickel from the crack cup and tell Lily and Neely to take a trolley over to Aunt Sissy's and tell her to get here right away. And tell Lily to stay there overnight.
You mean the baby's coming?
No, not this minute, but it started. And before you send Neely off, go into the kitchen and get the clock. Put it where I can see it. Now, get a clean nightgown out of the bottom drawer.
Shouldn't I go for the midwife, Mama?
There isn't any money for midwives. I'll be all right.
We could use the money in the milk can.
There isn't any money in the milk can. What do you suppose we've been eating on?
Then why do you let Neely and me keep part of the junk money every Saturday?
Because you earned it. Oh, send Neely off. Oh.
Francie, you got a baby sister.
Is Mom all right?
Yes.
Come on.
Come see our baby.
She's just beautiful.
I have a name in mind to call her, and I hope you like it. I'll be calling her Annie Laurie. No one ever sang that song sweeter than your father. Why, Mr. McShane, come in.
Hope you don't mind my stopping by.
Well, no, of course I don't.
Could I take a peek at the little one?
I just love showing her off.
She's like a rose. A dewy rose.
Would you like a cup of coffee, Mr. McShane?
Oh, no. No, thank you. I hope you don't mind my bringing a little gift for her.
Well, no. How nice of you. White silver. You shouldn't have, Mr. McShane.
Well, folks are always talking about how a baby was born with a silver spoon.
Thank you for the thought. Well, won't you sit down? I guess I got a lot to thank you for. I mean, what you did at the hospital for Johnny when he died.
I was only doing my duty.
Oh, no. Thanks to you. My children won't have to face the fact that their father died from drink. And another thing, I know it was you who ordered that fine spread for us after the funeral.
Oh.
It didn't hurt my pride any, if that's what you're thinking. It's a fine thing to try to ease a family's grief.
Then would it offend you if I asked how you're managing now?
I'm not so easily offended these days. I'm able to do janitor work, to take care of the rent, and I iron for 2 ladies. Well, we're getting along.
Good. I know it's only a short time since your loss. And I apologize in advance for what I'm about to say, Mrs. Nolan. But I'd like to come calling. As a friend at first, but hopefully as a suitor when you're ready to think in those terms.
I will be honored, Mr. McShane.
You should be in the auditorium with Mom and Neely and Annie Laurie.
Well, I thought you might need a shoulder to me. You've been crying, haven't you?
I better get to my room. The girls are lining up there. The boys start from the gym.
Your dress is gorgeous, Francie.
Oh, thank you. Yours is too.
Hurry up, Francie. We're late.
Thank you for the graduation dress, Aunt Sissy.
Oh, you're welcome. It's not bad for a maid of a wedding dress, huh? I guess they won't be getting married again, so I won't need it.
Get your corsage on, Francie. It's almost time.
I don't have a corsage. I wonder who it belongs to. My prima donna. On her graduation day.
Johnny gave me the money last Christmas to buy him for you. And he wrote out the card for me to hold. I guess he had a feeling. Let me pin him on you.
There's the music. Come on, let's go. Francie, time.
Oh, wait, make a wish. It's alive. How is that pineapple, Francie?
Fine. But I like chocolate better.
Well, then why didn't you order chocolate?
Well, I'm going through the flavors alphabetically. You see, next time I'll order raspberry, and then sassafras, and then tutti frutti.
I hope I'm around when you get to Z. Well, we better get home. Please. How much is that, please?
2 sodas and 2 root beers, right? That's 30 cents. Oh, 30 out of 50.
Keep the change.
Thank you.
Mama, you gave her a 20-cent tip.
Well, why not? We never had a graduate in our family before.
This is the best graduation I've ever been to. Come to think of it, it's the only one I've ever been to. I thought I'd bust when Francie got that. What was that you got?
The English prize.
I knew she was going to get some prize. I guess you don't know. I read some of your composition.
Oh, that's all right. Well, look who's here.
Seeing it's your graduation, I thought you might like this.
It's poems written by a lady called Elizabeth Browning, they told me in the store.
Oh, thank you. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. I love her poems.
It was nice of you.
It's nothing much, just a remembrance for the day.
Can I help you with the buggy up the stoop?
Thank you. Neely, give Mr. McShane a hand.
All right. Got it?
Well, I better go. I got supper to make.
The graduation dress turned out just lovely, Sissy. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Aunt Sissy.
You made me so proud of you today, Chickadee. You look just right with that baby buggy, McShane.
I'll set it in the hall.
Mr. McShane, would you like to have a cup of coffee with us?
Thank you kindly. I would. If you've no objections, Mrs. Nolan, there's something I'd like to say.
Francie, you go in and change your dress, and Neely going downstairs.
I'd like them to stay, too. Mrs. Nolan, seeing it has to do with them. Also. I just been upgraded to sergeant, which means a substantial rise in pay. Considering the circumstances, yours and mine, and seeing that it's 6 months since Mr. Nolan departed this world, rest his soul, well, I'm asking you to be my wife. And I don't want you or the children to take this as disrespect to Mr. Nolan, who was a fine man. Now, if the answer is yes, we can set the date right now. And if it's no, I won't trouble you again except to say that I'd like to remain a friend of yours and your children.
The answer is yes, Mr. McShane.
Thank you. Hoping you'd say that, I asked the landlord to hold the vacated flat on the first floor, which is large and sunny and has the backyard where you can put the baby out to air. I don't expect the 2 eldest to call me father, but the little one, who never knew her father, I hope you'll consider letting me adopt her.
She'll carry your name, Mr. McShane. Children, take Annie Laurie into my bedroom.
It's sure going to be funny having a policeman for a father.
He's not our father. Papa's our father.
Would you mind if I smoked my pipe, Mrs. Nolan? I wouldn't want to take any privileges I ain't entitled to yet.
Smoke your pipe, Mr. McShane. I hope you gave Aunt Sissy enough changes for Annie Laurie.
She said it was enough.
Boy, this hat's seen better days.
Mr. McShane said he'd buy you a new hat.
I wasn't about to take money from him until after we was married. I guess there are plenty of hat shops in Atlantic City. But maybe I'll wait till I get back, so as you can help me pick it out. You'll get used to the idea of me being married to Mr. McShane. He's a fine man.
I know. Amelia's waiting downstairs. You better hurry or you'll miss your train.
Francie. I guess I should have talked to you before this. But I took for granted you being so bright you'd understand. Mr. McShane will be a good husband and a good father, Francie.
Papa was my father.
Well, Mr. McShane will respect how you feel. And you'll get to go on to high school now.
Papa wanted me to.
And you think I didn't? Your father couldn't bring himself to tell you you couldn't, so I had to. Francie, there's a middle road between dreams and what's real, and I hope you find it. Your father never did. But even so, I never stopped loving him from the day we met until the day he died. But it'd be an awful small heart that didn't have room to love another. Now let's go. I didn't know you'd ordered a taxi, or I'd have hurried.
I ordered it so you wouldn't have to hurry.
If something comes up you can't handle, Francie, you just take a trolley over to Aunt Sissy's. And you take care of me.
I can take care of myself.
Well, just the same, you listen to Francie. Francie?
I'll be all right, Mama. You don't have to worry.
And don't you worry, neither. I'll bring your mother home safe and sound.
Oh, take care.
Goodbye, children.
So long, Pop.
Goodbye, son.
going to look at where we're going to live.
Beauty is truth. Truth, beauty. I know what the quotation means now. It means even if you know the truth about a person, and he's not perfect, you can still love him. Mama did love Papa, and Papa would be glad Mama found someone like Mr. McShane to love. Everything's gonna be all right now, and I know that somewhere in Brooklyn, a new tree is growing. It's called the Tree of Heaven.